Hello and welcome to this long, slow English listening practice made especially for beginners who want to improve step by step in a calm and easy way. Today you will listen to simple real-life stories spoken slowly and clearly so you can understand every word. Relax your mind, and train your ears to real English sounds. You can listen while studying, resting, walking, or before sleeping. Now let me introduce myself. My name is Daniel, I am 23 years old and I live in a quiet town near the sea. My town is small but peaceful, people here know each other and life is slow and friendly. I live with my family in a simple house. My father works in a car repair shop, my mother works at a local hospital, and my younger sister is still in school. Every morning I wake up at 7 o'clock, I turn off my alarm, stretch my body and take a deep breath. Then I go to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth, and get ready for the day. After that I go to the kitchen where my mother is making breakfast. Usually we eat bread, eggs, and drink tea together. We talk about our plans for the day and wish each other a good day. At 8 o'clock I leave home and go to university by bicycle. The road is calm and I enjoy the fresh air on my face. My classes begin at 9 and I study computer science. I learn about programming, problem solving, and technology. My teachers are patient and they explain everything in a simple way. At lunchtime I sit with my friends in the cafeteria. We eat together and talk about our studies and our dreams. After classes end in the afternoon I go back home. I change my clothes, rest for a short time, and then I study my lessons again. Sometimes I go outside to play football in the park. Running on the grass makes me feel free and happy. In the evening my family eats dinner together. We share stories about our day. After dinner I help clean the table and wash the dishes. Later I read a book, listen to soft music, or watch a movie with my sister. At night I say goodnight to my family and go to bed feeling thankful for the day. On weekends my life is a little different. On Saturday mornings I clean my room, help my parents in the house, and sometimes go shopping with my father. The market is busy and full of colors and sounds. People sell fruits, vegetables, bread, and flowers. I like walking between the small shops and hearing people talk. On Sunday I like to relax more. Sometimes I visit my grandparents who live in a nearby village. They welcome us with warm smiles and good food. We sit together, drink tea, and talk about life. My grandmother tells old stories and my grandfather talks about his younger days. These moments make me feel peaceful and loved. I also enjoy simple hobbies in my free time. I like reading easy books, taking photos of nature, listening to calm music, and watching the sky change colors in the evening. One of my favorite places is the park near my home. The park has many trees, a small lake, and long walking paths. I often go there to relax, watch birds, and feel the wind. Sometimes in summer my family has a picnic in the park. We sit on the grass, eat sandwiches, drink juice, and laugh together. Food is also an important part of my life. I enjoy simple meals like rice, vegetables, soup, and sometimes pizza. When my mother cooks, the whole house smells warm and delicious. We often eat together and talk while we eat. These small moments are very special. I also have a close friend named Ryan. We met at university and quickly became friends. He is kind, patient, and always listens when I talk. We study together, play sports together, and help each other when lessons become difficult. Friendship makes life easier and happier. Sometimes I think about my future and my dreams. I want to finish my studies, get a good job, help my family, and travel to new countries. I dream of seeing new places, meeting new people, and learning about different cultures. I know that the road is not always easy, but I believe that with patience, practice, and hard work I can reach my goals. Learning English is also part of my dream, because English helps me connect with the world, understand books, movies, and people from many countries. At first learning English was difficult. The sounds were strange and the words were hard. But day by day with listening and practice it became easier. Now I enjoy listening to slow English stories like this one. They help my brain relax and learn naturally. Listening every day makes my pronunciation better, my understanding stronger, and my confidence higher. Sometimes I listen while walking, sometimes while resting, and sometimes before sleeping. The sound of slow, clear English becomes friendly to my ears. Life is not made of big events only. It is made of small, quiet moments. A cup of tea in the morning, a smile from a friend, a calm walk in the evening. a simple meal with family. When I think about these small things, I feel grateful and peaceful. I believe that learning happens best when the mind is calm and the heart is open. That is why slow listening is so powerful. You do not need to hurry, you only need to listen, breathe, and let the words enter your mind naturally. Every time you listen, your brain becomes more comfortable with English sounds and sentence patterns. Step by step you grow, even if the progress feels small. It is real progress. Every learner walks at their own speed, and that is perfectly fine. If you listen every day, even a little, your English will become clearer, stronger, and more natural. Your confidence will slowly rise, and one day you will speak without fear, without stress, just like a natural flow. Remember that learning a language is a journey, not a race. Enjoy every step, enjoy every small success, and be kind to yourself along the way. Now take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and continue listening calmly as your English grows silently inside your mind. Today I want to share another calm part of my life with you. A simple day that shows how small moments can be meaningful and peaceful. Every morning when the sun rises slowly in the sky, I feel a quiet happiness inside my heart. The light comes through my window and touches my face gently. I open my eyes and take a slow breath. I do not hurry. I like to wake up slowly and feel the start of a new day. After washing my face, I go outside for a short walk in the quiet street. The air is cool and fresh. Birds are singing and a light wind moves the leaves on the trees. Sometimes I meet my neighbor who smiles and says good morning. These small greetings make the day feel warm. After my walk, I return home and make a simple breakfast for myself. I boil some water, make tea, and prepare a small meal with bread and fruit. I sit near the window and eat slowly, watching people pass by in the street. After breakfast, I take my books and begin to study. I like to study in a quiet room where I can focus easily. I read slowly, take notes, and repeat words in my mind. Learning becomes easier when I stay calm and patient. Sometimes I make mistakes, but I know mistakes are part of learning. I do not fear them, I learn from them. In the middle of the day, I take a short break. I stand up, stretch my body, and look outside again. The sky changes colors as the sun moves higher. Life feels simple and clear during these moments. In the afternoon, I often help my mother at home. I wash vegetables, clean the table, and carry small things for her. Working together makes us feel closer. We talk while working and sometimes laugh at small jokes. This makes the work light and pleasant. Later in the afternoon, I like to spend some quiet time alone. Sometimes I read a storybook, sometimes I listen to soft English audio, and sometimes I simply sit and rest my mind. Resting is important because the brain needs time to relax after learning. In the early evening, I often go outside again. I walk slowly toward the park near my house. The park is peaceful at this time. Children play, old people sit on benches, and young people walk and talk. I like to sit on a bench and watch life move gently around me. The sky becomes orange and pink as the sun sets. This moment always makes me feel thankful for being alive. When the sky becomes dark, I return home for dinner. The smell of food welcomes me as I open the door. My family is already at the table. We sit together and share the meal. We talk about our day, our work, and our plans. After dinner, we share quiet time together, sometimes watching television, sometimes playing simple games, sometimes just sitting peacefully. Later at night, I return to my room. I prepare my bag for the next day, check my books one last time, and lie down on my bed. Before sleeping, I think about the day, the sounds I heard, the things I learned, and the people I met. I close my eyes slowly and let sleep come naturally. Some days are not perfect. Sometimes I feel tired, sometimes I feel worried, but most days I find something small that makes me smile. Learning English is also a journey full of small steps. Sometimes I understand quickly, sometimes I feel confused, but every day I keep going. Listening to slow English helps me relax and understand more naturally. I do not force my brain, I allow it to learn softly. Words become familiar like friends. Sentences start to feel natural. Little by little I become more confident. I start to understand conversations better. I start to think in English slowly. I feel proud of every small improvement. Even when progress feels slow, I remind myself that slow progress is still real progress. There is no need to rush. The mind learns best when it feels safe and calm. That is why slow listening is so powerful for beginners. It gives the brain time to recognize sounds, patterns, and meanings without pressure. If you listen daily even for a short time, your understanding will grow naturally. You will notice that words become clearer, sentences become easier, and fear becomes smaller. One day you will realize that you can understand and speak more easily than before, and that day will make you proud. Learning is not only about books and rules, it is also about feelings, patience, and belief in yourself. When you believe that you can learn, your mind opens, your heart becomes lighter, and learning becomes a joyful experience. Let English become part of your daily life like a gentle background sound, not a heavy burden. Listen while resting, listen while walking, listen before sleeping. Let the language enter your life softly and naturally. In the quiet hours of the night when most people are asleep, I sometimes stay awake for a little while and listen to the soft sounds around me. I hear the ticking of the clock, the distant sound of a car, and the gentle movement of the wind through the window. These sounds remind me that the world is still moving even when everything feels quiet. I like to take slow breaths and feel calm. My mind becomes clear when there is no rush. In these moments I often think about my goals, my dreams, and the small steps I take every day to become better. Learning English is one of those small steps. Every word I learn feels like a door opening slowly to a bigger world. Sometimes the world feels far and difficult, but language brings it closer. When I listen to simple English again and again, the fear slowly disappears. My ears become used to the sounds, my brain begins to recognize patterns, and my tongue becomes less afraid to move. At first I only listen quietly, then I start to repeat softly. And later I speak a little louder. Confidence grows slowly like a small plant that needs time, water, and light. It does not grow in one day, but every day it grows a little. When morning comes again, I wake up with new energy. I remind myself that today is another chance to practice, another chance to improve, another chance to believe in myself. I wash my face, drink some water, and prepare myself for a new day. In the morning I like to review a few simple English sentences. I read them slowly. I listen to them carefully and I repeat them clearly. I do not worry if my accent is not perfect. I only care that I am trying. Trying is the most important part. Without trying there is no progress. Sometimes I feel shy to speak English in front of others, but I remind myself that everyone starts as a beginner. Nobody is born speaking a new language. Every fluent speaker was once silent and afraid. This thought gives me strength. During the day when I am busy with work or study, I carry English with me in a small way. Sometimes I whisper simple words to myself. Sometimes I repeat sentences in my mind. Sometimes I listen to short audio while walking. These small habits make a big difference over time. In the afternoon when my energy feels lower, I take a short rest. I close my eyes and breathe deeply. Resting is also part of learning. When the body rests, the mind becomes stronger. After resting, I feel fresh again and ready to learn more. In the late afternoon, the light becomes soft and golden. Everything looks calm and peaceful. I like this time of day. It feels slow and gentle. I sometimes sit by the window and watch people returning home. Their faces show tiredness but also relief. The day is ending and rest is coming. In the evening I enjoy simple moments with my family. We talk about small things, what we did, what we saw, what we felt. These simple conversations teach me that communication is not about big words. It is about sharing life. When I think about speaking English, I remind myself that I do not need difficult words to speak well. Simple words used clearly are powerful. Clarity is more important than complexity. At night I return to my quiet space again. I open my notebook and write a few English sentences about my day. I write slowly and carefully. I do not worry about mistakes. I only try to express my thoughts. Writing helps me see my progress. When I look back at old pages, I notice that my sentences are a little better now, a little clearer, a little longer. This makes me happy. Progress may be slow, but it is real. Sometimes I listen to slow English audio before sleeping. I let the sound flow into my mind like gentle water. I do not force myself to understand every word. I only relax and allow the language to enter naturally. Over time my brain begins to understand more without effort. This is the magic of slow learning. When learning feels soft, the mind opens. Fear closes the mind, but calmness opens it. When I lie down to Sleep. I feel thankful for another day of learning. Even if the day was not perfect, even if I felt tired or confused, I still learned something. One new word, one new sound, one new feeling of confidence. These small successes add up. They build the future quietly. Some days I feel very motivated, some days I feel lazy. This is normal. Life moves in waves. Motivation comes and goes. But discipline keeps me moving even when motivation is low. I promise myself to practice a little every day, even 5 minutes, even one song, even a few sentences. Consistency is stronger than sudden effort. Many people try to learn fast and then give up when it feels hard. But slow learners who continue every day often reach farther. They build strong foundations. Strong foundations hold tall buildings. English fluency is like a tall building. It needs time and patience to grow strong. If I rush too much, the foundation becomes weak. So I choose to move slowly and steadily, day by day, word by word, sentence by sentence. Sometimes I imagine my future self speaking English freely, talking with people from different countries, sharing stories and ideas without fear. This image gives me hope. It reminds me why I started. Learning is not only about exams or jobs, it is also about connection. When we share a language, we can share our thoughts and feelings with more people. This makes the world feel smaller and kinder. Every new language is a new way to see life. When I learn English, I also learn new ways to think, new ways to express emotions, new ways to understand others. This is a beautiful journey. Even when it feels slow, I remind myself that slow journeys often show the most beautiful views. If I rush, I may miss the small joys along the way. The joy of finally understanding a sentence without translation. The joy of forming a thought directly in English. The joy of speaking one full sentence without stopping. These moments may seem small, but they are powerful. They are signs of growth. If you are listening to this now and practicing with me, know that you are already doing something great for yourself. Every minute you spend listening and repeating is an investment in your future. You may not see big changes in one day or one week, but after months you will look back and realize how far you have come. Do not compare your speed with others. Everyone has a different rhythm. Some people learn fast, some learn slowly. Both are fine. The only wrong choice is to stop completely. Keep going at your own pace and trust the process. Learning is not a race. It is a journey that lasts a lifetime. When you walk calmly on this road, you will reach your goals with a peaceful heart.